Hi everybody, David here. This is the part 2 of my Q&A video where I'm answering questions from the last Q&A video. Any questions you have, go down below and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video. So I left off, I read the question in the last video. I'm going to read it again. This is from Michael from Pennsylvania. And Michael asked me a question in the last Q&A video and he kind of disagrees with me and wants me to elaborate more. So I'm going to talk about it, as much as I can. And basically Michael stated that he believes that that if you, and I'm sorry if I have this wrong, Michael, but your question to me was, do people that want open relationships, does that make them narcissists? And my answer was no. And you want me to elaborate more on this, so I will. Basically, we are primates, and I'm going to go by the scientific view first. Okay. Now, first of all, primates aren't meant to be together forever. That's just not the kind of mammals we are. There are mammals like that pair up together for life. Okay, there's animals that do that. There's birds that do that. And you can have one specific bird that does that, and you'll have another kind of bird that does not do that. Okay? And like swans pair for life. They pair up, and once they do, they keep having eggs, offspring, and they stay together forever. Some birds stay together and they have offspring, they help raise the offspring, and then they part ways. Now, we do this thing that we pair bond, and there's a lot of things that happen in the beginning of a relationship. And we have certain chemicals and hormones that go up and down, and what happens is there's certain things that happen in our head when we meet someone we really like. And it is a natural thing to idealize, you guys. Idealizing isn't just something that narcissists do. It's something we all do. Now think about it. When you knew someone for a few days and you're telling the other person how fucking great they are. They're amazing. They're great. Blah, blah, blah. I love them so much. They're so this. They're so that. You don't know them. Okay? What happens 9 months down the road when they, leave you and cheat on you and, tell you this? You know what I mean? You didn't know all that. So they weren't that great, right? You shouldn't have idealized them. But we do. It's a natural thing to do. Okay? In the beginning. And what this does is it keeps, the thing that it does, okay, is we pair up and we get together and say we procreate, right? When we split apart, those things make us think about the other person. They draw us back together, and that helps both parents raise a child, okay, for a little while until eventually they split apart. And that is just a natural thing. Okay, so, and this isn't my opinion, you guys. This is just natural. This is how we are. This is how we're made. And so to want open relationships absolutely does not make you a narcissist. No. The criteria for narcissism is in the DSM. And there's several. You need lots of them to be a narcissist. Not one, not two, not three, not four. Okay? And not just want open relationships. Absolutely not. That does not make you a narcissist. No. And I know plenty of people that have open relationships and they are not narcissists at all. Okay? They just aren't ready to be with one person, but they want to be intimate. They want to have sex. They want to date. They want to be intimate. And they're open and they're honest about it. Okay? This is a mature thing for people to do. You have to be mature to do something like this. And if two people want to do that, then let them. I don't care. It's not my business. It's not my opinion. I don't care what people do sexually. I don't care what two willing people want to do with each other. I don't care. If they want to date other people, go date other people. Okay? But Michael, I understand your frustration. In the LGBT community, you're saying you think this is profound. And I've noticed it, but I'm not really going to give my opinion about it because it's not everyone, and it's not narcissism. Now know that if you go talk to old married couples, most likely it's the man, and the man will tell you, or even the wife will tell you, yeah, he was bad when he was younger. Before me, he had slept with 100 women. Okay, people don't really want to settle down at a young age, and it's becoming more and more and more so. We want to date, we want to go out and explore, we want to live our lives. People are now not just going to college, they're going on to graduate school. People now aren't starting their careers right away. People aren't having babies at 18, 19 anymore. Okay? We have a lot to live for our own self, and that's okay. You don't have to get married right away. You don't have to have babies right away. You don't have to settle down right away. You don't have to do anything. You know? And it's just becoming more profound because that's the kind of animal that we are. Now, me, myself, I like to have one person. And I don't want it to be open, and I don't want to date anybody else, and I don't want the person I'm with to date anybody else. And if that person that I'm with does want to date anybody else, then I'm going to not see them. I'm not going to date them. I'm going to let them go date other people. Okay? But it absolutely isn't narcissistic. None. And I know a ton of people that do this, and they end up getting married later. Okay? And that's what they want. They just don't want to settle down yet. Nothing wrong with that. It's normal. It's natural. Period. I don't know what else to say about it. If you have more that you would like to know, please ask me. And anybody, ask me. I just don't know how much else to say about it because it's natural. It's not something I want to do. But I'll tell you this, when I was 21, I didn't want a girlfriend. I didn't want a wife. And I didn't want a baby. I wanted to date different women. And I wanted to have sex still. You know, so what do you do? What do? You can't commit to somebody if you don't want to, right? So you search for people that just want to have open relationships. That's what you should do, okay? I hope that helps, Michael. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that. But if you have any other questions about it, please ask me. Dwayne Outdoors from Wisconsin. My ex-narcissist took lots of things when she left and left little things behind. Yes, that's what they do. These people have connection problems. They are narcissists. They think that no matter what they do to you, that you're going to want them forever. They want to leave things in your house so that you think about them. They want to leave things in your house so that they can come back later and get them. Little things they took. Borderlines are like that. Borderlines are, after relationships, they will keep photos. They will keep trinkets. They will go back and look at them later. They will show the next person they date. Bizarre, okay? I know, bizarre. Especially when they act like they don't care about you and they left and all this other crap, right? And then they keep little mementos of you forever. And they keep your photo forever. And they talk about you forever to other people. They do. Trust me. Borderlines do that. Borderlines talk about all their old relationships. And it's just sick. And they keep little trinkets and photos. And so she took little things of yours. And she left little things behind because that's what borderlines do. I'm guessing she's borderline. Okay? Beautifully Blessed from Greenville, North Carolina. Do narcissist mothers act like their son is their boyfriend? That is awesome. Awesome question. My next video is Sons of Narcissistic Mothers. It'll be on tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about that. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Zubair Hassan from LA, Los Angeles, California. Do narcissistic women love bomb like men? They usually seem shy. You got all kinds of different things going on here, Zubair. You've got covert and overt. You've got people that are narcissists that are quiet and shy. You've got narcissists that are overtly abusive and open about it. So that's what you're dealing with. The men and women thing are almost the same. Okay, almost the same. Some narcissistic men love bomb. Some don't. Some narcissistic women love bomb. Some don't. The narcissistic traits in the DSM are what narcissists are. Projection, gaslighting, love bombing, discarding, all those are just things that we have noticed together. We've collectively come up with some characteristics, but that does not mean that they all do this, okay? So not all narcissists do all these things. So not all men, not all women, not all, no. So, no. Do narc women love bomb like men? Yes. Do all of them? No. You know what I mean? Kathy B. from Canada. Hello, Kathy. I have a 17-year-old boy with my ex-narc. I'm afraid he may also be narcissistic. I don't want to create a wedge by talking about his dad. Right. You don't want to talk about him. Well, you can talk about him. You don't want to talk bad about him. He should know, if he's 17, he should know exactly what his father is, and you should have a professional tell him. You still have control over him. He's 17 years old. You make him go to therapy. I hope he's been in therapy for the last 16 years, 15 years, 14 years, you know what I mean? I bet he hasn't been, but he needs to be. Okay? If he becomes a narcissist, I'm sorry. But you treat him just like you would any other narcissist. If he's abusive to you, you cut him out of your life. And that's all you can do because he'll never change. And I'm so sorry. I am deeply sorry. I mean, that's just a loss. It's a loss. You lost your son, if you have, to narcissism. Because of his father. And I'm sorry, Kathy, there's not much you can do. He's 17 years old. If you're not sure he's a narcissist, maybe he's not. Maybe he has narcissistic traits like his father. And maybe he'll wise up and get away from him. I hope so. Okay? But you just love him. Okay? And you have boundaries, and you don't let him abuse you or walk all over you or use you. Okay? You stand strong, and you do what you're supposed to, and you don't make exceptions because he's disordered. Just like you wouldn't for his father. Okay? I'm sorry, Kathy. Stay strong. Vanessa, my boss has the signs of a narcissist. Treats me like crap. After my ex, I can't handle the stress. Should I transfer? Absolutely. Yeah, and you should document this stuff. Write it all down. Record it on your phone. Call him on the phone and record it. Okay? Record this stuff. Go above him. Report him. Tell his boss. Tell the owner. Tell everybody. Document it. Show them the proof. Request a transfer. Yes. Request a transfer. You don't have to put up with this crap. And when you request a transfer, you let them know why. Okay? You won't be the only person that feels that way about him. David from Pennsylvania. Hello, David. Is it just a narcissist that idealizes, devalues, discards, or all cluster Bs? So, like I said, idealizing, devaluing, discarding, these are just things we've noticed, compiled behaviors, and not all narcissists do those anyways. So, that's too hard. Some sociopaths do that, some don't. Some psychopaths may do that, some don't. But they all don't do that as much as narcissists, I would say. Narcissists definitely idealize, devalue, and discard, but not all sociopaths, psychopaths, borderlines do that. But yes, typically they kind of do. This is a typical thing that a lot of cluster Bs do. Yes. Okay? Not all. Ginny Mac from upstate New York. Let's see where we're at. My ex-narcissist contacted me, apologized for being bad to me, says his current girlfriend helped him see his ways. Will he be back? Well, he just contacted you now, just to tell you this crap. So yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, there's a reason he's telling you this, okay? He's not saying he's sorry to make you feel better. He's doing it to help himself. So there's a reason. He might be doing this just in front of his current girlfriend to show her that he is great, okay? He might be doing this to later, at a later date, come back and get what he wants from you. Who knows? But when you figure it out that it has to do with something that he wants, that's correct. When you have something, when you figure out that it's something that you think he's doing because it's what you want, you're incorrect. Okay? He's doing it for something for him and for him only. Will he be back? Yes. Douglas Anderson. I left my ex-narcissist. Oh, I'd love to know where you're from, Douglas. I left my ex-narcissist 2 months ago. If she has someone new, why does she email me once a week with BS lies? Why doesn't she chill and work on him and leave me alone? Question of the week. Why won't the narcissist leave me alone? Okay. You left her 2 months ago. She has someone new, but she's still bothering you with BS. So cut her off, okay? She wants attention, Douglas. And the fact that you left her, you injured her. She wants the last word. She wants to be the better person. The fact that you left her makes her the bad person, okay? She wants to be the good person. She wants to make you the bad person. And the only way to do that is to get close to you again so she can dump you. Okay? That's all she wants. So you just don't react. You block her. Now you block the phone number. She'll call you. She can't get a hold of you. She'll send you a text. You don't respond. She'll send you an email. You don't respond. You go by. She goes by your house. You don't answer the door. Okay? She'll get the hint. Okay? She'll get the hint. And that's how she'll stop. And that's how she'll leave you alone. Christopher Riley. What's up, Christopher? From the United Kingdom. What is the difference between cluster Bs involved in a smear campaign against you and the victim trying to find validation? So Christopher wants to know what's the difference between a narcissist smear campaigning you, or the victim talking to other people, saying bad things about them, trying to find validation. Well, there's the difference, Christopher. You have a disordered person involved in a smear campaign, which is total bullshit, saying Christopher's this, Christopher's that, Christopher's a bad person, Christopher sucks in bed, Christopher cheated on me, Christopher has a small pee-pee, and this and that. And then you are hurt, upset, lost the person you love, don't have any explanations. You're telling people the things they've done to you, which are true, so you can get some kind of support, some kind of validation, some kind of empathy, sympathy from people. That's the difference. That's it. That's the difference. What you're doing is okay. What they do is wrong. Period. That's it. And you don't need me to tell you that, Christopher. So start validating yourself. Jonathan Ellis. Is it common for narcissists to put false restraining orders on you and play the victim in court? Yes, Jonathan, that's what they do. They have to be the victim and you have to be the bad guy. Okay? So they hit you and then they go say you hit them because they don't want anyone else to find out that they hit you. And the best way to do that, if you start telling everybody they hit you, they just come out first and say, no, they hit me first. They hit me. They hit me. They hit me and they do all this bad stuff. And then you come out and say, they hit me. And they go, no, we already know that you hit her. Okay? So that's why they do that. Now, false restraining orders, yes, they do that all the time. And there are a ton of men in jail and in prison that never put a hand on their girlfriend. In fact, the girlfriend hit them and now they're in jail. And I know this to be true. I know this. I was almost one of them. Now, definitely, this is what they do. They have to be the victim. You have to be the bad guy. They want to keep connected with you by a restraining order. They want to ruin your life by getting a restraining order. They have a restraining on you, they can go around and tell everybody, I have a restraining order on my ex-boyfriend because they hit me. I mean, yes, and they play the victim in court. Now, the good thing is a lot of, believe it or not, a lot of judges are onto this shit. They see through this shit. Believe it or not, they really do. A lot of them do. Not all of them. And I know people, you have your stories where the judge didn't believe you and all this, but a lot of them do, believe it or not. Oh, Mavis Washington from Pennsylvania. Why does the ex bow his head when he sees me? He can't even look at me in the face and apologize. Mavis, he's never going to apologize, okay? And he doesn't feel bad, okay? He doesn't feel guilty. He doesn't feel remorseful for anything he did to you. Not at all. The reason he bows his head is because you left him, okay? And you don't talk to him and you ignore him. And that makes him feel like the little, tiny, abused, shamed child that he is. And he doesn't want to be. And he spends his whole life lying about it because he can't deal with it. And he's got the lowest self-esteem anyone you know. Even the way he acts is all an act. It's to cover up his low self-esteem. You knocked him down. That's called a narcissistic injury. He's injured. He's injured. His tiny, false little ego that he tries to muster up and say, look how big and beautiful and great I am, is crushed. Good. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. Sean Blight from the United Kingdom. My ex kept her exes as friends. Are they totally fooled ones and we see their games? Yes. That's it, Sean. That's it. These people want harems. They keep their exes around if they can. If they can, they would love to destroy you and keep you at home waiting for them. Go on to the next one. Destroy this victim. Destroy them. They can't leave the house. They can't date anybody else. They can't talk to anybody else. They sit and they wait for you. And they want all these people to sit and wait for you to come back and they can get you whatever they want. If they could, all of you live together and fight over them all the time and they get to get whatever they want from you. It's sick. So, yeah, completely. Yeah, it makes total sense. I mean, I have to look at it. She kept her exes as friends, and they all think she's great, and they fight over her, right? And she gets attention from them. They still, I'm sure some of them are still waiting to get back together with her, thinking they're going to come back to them. And they're totally fooled. Totally fooled, and they've got low self-esteem and low self-worth to be in contact with these pieces of crap. Amazing, isn't it? Jennifer from Colorado. Hello, Jennifer. If your ex-narcissist has moved on to what appears to be high-grade supply, will they be done with you for good? Or must one always be looking out for a rehoover? Good question, Jennifer. So kind of like earlier, they find that absolute bomb, the best number one supply that gives them all the attention they want. He buys them everything they want, gives them everything they need, lets them go cheat on them, does all this stuff, right? And they want to lock it in for life. The problem is, Jennifer, they're never satisfied. They think it's their number one supply. They think they're good for life. And 9 months later, they're bored. It doesn't matter. You'll never satisfy them. You'll never give them what they want. You'll never give them what they expect. He will be back. I'm sorry. Roxy Bolt from Florida. Why does it seem they always come around at the 1 year mark? Totally. I always say 9 months to... I always say like 9 months to about 1.5 years. And that's usually the mark where they come back. Why? Because 2 different things. One, the most important thing is they know they crushed you. They know you're screwed. You stopped giving them the attention that they like. It's not the way it was in the beginning. Okay? You don't want to have sex with them. Or as much. You don't want to pay for their stuff anymore. You are onto their game and you are upset and you are hurt and you basically have just isolated, crawled in a little hole and said, fuck you, get away from me. Right? They know to just wait until you feel better and come back. They know to wait until you have more money and come back. They know to wait until you want to have sex with them again and come back. They basically wait until you are over it, until you feel a little better, got up, dusted yourself off, picked yourself back up, started your life on again, and now you're moving on. And that's when you start to forget the things they did to you. So they wait to come back for validation. Okay? They wait to come back for validation. They wait to come back to abuse you again. But don't also forget that they've been in a new relationship since the day they left you. Since the day your relationship was over, they've been in a new relationship. And now 1 year later, they're bored. They come back. Jennifer from Reno. Could you talk about the crazy making that makes you so angry and they act so cool? Cool as a cucumber. Yes, Jennifer. It's all gaslighting. It's all manipulation. Okay? There's all reasons for what they do and it's all for them. So why do they do that? To make themselves feel better. They have been abused their whole life or their childhood, so they abuse other people because it makes them feel good. That's it. If they can screw with your head, they feel like they're in control. If they can make you feel like that you always need them, they feel needed. If they can make you feel like they're always going to leave you, then you're going to get crushed and hope that you don't leave them. They're going to say, please don't leave it. Please don't leave me. All the things they do is just for them. It's sick. It's sick. Okay? They get energy from it. They live off it. It is their food. Okay? I hope that helps. That's the end of it, guys. Thank you very much. Great questions, everybody. Thank you for stating where you're from. These questions you guys are from all over the world. It's crazy. I'll see you next week, okay? You guys stay strong. Give me some questions to help you guys figure out what's happening, what's going on. Things that can help you move on and heal from this, okay? Thank you guys very much. I love you all. Love yourself first, and I'll see you next Monday. Danny Dog Productions.